might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
And you have to wonder, is it possible that this is episode 4 of season 2 of Ancient Action Figures? Will we be hearing from Reverend Possible, the 13th Skull, Dr. Wonder? Stay tuned, because episode 4 is starting right now. What a treat we have for all of you. Look at this panel that we have right here. We also have, once again, Mike Litoris with us, and he'll be with us shortly. We got some other special guests going to be jumping in, but this is episode 4 debut, premiere, whatever you want to call it, and it is live, and I am the Dark Jedi here live, and I'm in a pretty good mood, and I know Lane is as well, and I think we just got to keep having guests popping on in, because now you can see it's not just, it was 3 of us, and then it became 4 of us, and then it became 5 of us. Ancient Action Figures episode 4 live. We got a lot to talk about. Already 33 in the shop. Oh my goodness. Lane, I'm so excited for this show today. I think you know why, but Mr. Lane, how are you doing, baby?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be here with some excellent fellow guests. Even one decided to go, powder his nose before being seen by people. Well, he's looking about the my last time I saw him, so I don't know how much he got powdered up there. I was hoping he was going to look like the Joker for a minute. Anyway, it is so good to be here with you guys tonight, and second brother cousins. It's been a while.
Yes,
but you guys are always great as always, and Mike, Mike is at minimum satisfactory now. Anyway, Mike,
I knew I should wait to hear what you said before I thumbs up that comment. Let's see how the night goes.
A slightly above average loves company. So, anyway, it'll be fun to be with you guys tonight.
Lade, you're making everybody laugh. Everybody laugh in the chat. Even earlier than anticipated, you've made Howard Chan laugh.
Howard Chan laughing how many Superman figures he's going to be.
Oh boy, I can't wait to dive into this. Let's continue to go around the clock, as I have the second brother on Aries' comeback tour in the cantina. My friend, how the hell are you? It's been a long time on this channel. What's going on, baby? How are you today?
I could rest finally. As you say, I pretty much spent almost half my summer getting this place rebuilt down here. So now I'm just in the process of getting out of box watch, but all these boxes sitting back here, and more of them coming in. So you guys probably during the show probably see me do maybe two unboxings in the background. So I try to get out of the pile that
these things you had to box up, put away, and now you're having to unbox once again.
Yeah, I would just tell you, it took me 2 weeks literally to box up, pack up everything in here to make sure nothing happens to it. Along with help with brother cousins. He got got me a good start. A good start. Then when I came back, it was just like, okay, going through wrapping everything and taking everything out. Literally, I know my trash collector is like, Jesus Christ, man, what are you? More boxes and more.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall
like a brother can just
garbage truck.
Oh man, the garbage truck. It was funny. They mistakenly brought 2 trash cans and they needed to replace one. So I had 2 of theirs and then one I had personally. So I came in, I had just like 3, trash containers full of stuff, boxes on the side. I come back, they're supposed to pick up the other trash can, they never did. So I'm like, all right, fine, I just use it. Oh, they were probably like, you know what? After this 4th run, oh no, we taking this other can. Nah. So
wow. Well, I'd be happy. Out of all the boxes and all the work that you've been unboxing there and getting your room ready, I do have to wonder, Eamon, how many of these guys make up your collection?
Sorry to say, I had to retire too.
Oh,
did you really? 3 on the display. It was three on the display. I had 5, and I'm like, oh no, 2 of you jokers get wrapped up. Just stay where you at. Enough of you. And the life size one I need to bring back down because the life size one is in my office upstairs. So I got to bring that down and put it down here where it originally was. So at least with down here with all this happening, I look at it as a blessing in disguise because I wanted to do a refresh and change things around anyway. So it gave me that opportunity to to do that. And it's crazy. While me doing it, I found more space for things to go.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. Well, good to have you in here, second brother.
Okay.
And before we go around to say hello to welcome the rest of the panel, welcome everybody in the chat. I will get to your comments and say hi to you in just a little bit. You are watching episode 4, the premiere of episode 4 of Ancient Action Figures, the new season, live with the Dark Jedi and his friends here, and going round the clock. Brother Cousins, Jay, how you been, buddy? What's going on? Glad you could be here today.
Oh man, it's just a lot. Oh, it's a lot going on.
A lot of hot toys, or a lot going on, or all the above.
All the above. All the above. Yeah, but no, I'm here. just hanging in there, just trying to stay above water, and with all this hotness coming out, all these releases and everything, and just trying to keep my watch, just try to keep my wallet together, man, because it's a lot. It's a lot to talk about.
He just wants some. He's hoping this week, thanks to Sideshow Con, that there's going to be a bunch more 7 a.m. live streams he has to do early at crack of dawn in the morning.
There's going to be
That's what he really wants.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, my thing is, and I know Ash feels me out there, just release Wolverine. Just release Wolverine. Seriously, it's ridiculous. We've been waiting long enough.
Yeah.
But
hey,
I will say,
Palpatine? We've been waiting on that guy even longer.
Yeah,
it's been a while. Yeah, it's definitely been a while.
The first Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, that one. It's funny. I actually took my Artisan Anakin with that little project I've been working on, just to I like working on little projects here and there, just to it helps clear the mind and everything. So I was real pissed off that, as good as the Artisan Anakin is, the only thing that I really have a problem with is that they gave us that damn Dooku lightsaber that does not light up. So you can't do the cross, you can't do that. So what I did do is I actually pulled that lightsaber together. Pulled it apart completely pulled it apart, and installed an LED in that lightsaber, because so I'm doing a video working on that. You could probably see it back there, but the light is still not as bright as I want it to be. But that was a nice little project.
That's cool. That's not easy. That's a small thing to work with.
It was hard to do. I destroyed I destroyed like 2 other lightsabers to make it work. But
every time I watch reviews on Justin's collection, he always talks about, I don't even know what the company's name is, the one with those cool looking lightsabers that look realistic. The thing is, and I've looked into it, I don't got it's an extra $100 per freaking oh man.
If you have 1 or 2, 3 lightsaber figures in your collection, it's doable. But if you have several Jedi and Sith and whole shelves full of that, you're adding another $100+ per figure.
Right.
It's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot. I don't mind the ones that Hot Toys gives us. I have a CCFL up here as well with the Luke, but I mean, if you look at all these behind me right here, those are all Hot Toys, and I don't mind.
Those look good on camera, dude. Right now, they look good.
Thank you. And that's all Hot Toys. You know what I'm saying? So that's I'm happy with. Long as I'm just glad we're not at the days where like when I turn the lights off and I just look at the lightsabers not lit, I'm like, oh my god, we went all these years not having those lightsabers lit. That's crazy. So
yeah, see, like my module cases, I can't fluctuate, I can't dim, right? So it's just one setting. They're just so bright, and I just wish that I could. I know I can mess around, like, but not standard. You know what I mean? I have to
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I would love Hot Toys to add these super powered lightsabers. I hope they wouldn't add another $50 or $100 to the cost. But I guess everything's inevitable. I guess it would be cool. I probably pay for it to get that type of super lightsaber. But gosh, I keep thinking about those cars. You get a new whatever car it wants to be, a Ford Explorer, whatever car it is. The more leather you get, the more limited you get. The extra package, they always just cost more and more money. So I've already got to be very careful with the wallet, because to collect all of these figures, you got to have money like a boss, baby.
You're delicious. Ciao, boys.
Makes me not want pizza for like.
Yeah.
I feel like I can afford pizza. Maybe pizza a little better than that. More so than these Hot Toys. Again, welcome everyone. You are watching episode 4, the premiere of episode 4 of Ancient Action Figures Season 2, live, making our way to last but not least on the panel. Joining us once again, Mike Litoris. So great to have you in here. Always see you in the chat. Great to have you in here. How you doing this week?
Oh, it's great to be here again, and I have brother cousins, second brother too. I think brother cousins, you and I might have been like 2 years ago. I think we streamed once.
Yeah,
it was a while ago. So it's great to talk to you again, and second brother, and of course always Lane and Aries. So I'm happy to be back on. We were at, my wife and I have 2 little kids. We were just having like a late lunch, early dinner at a brewery. And I was like, I could have one more. My wife is driving home. I was like, I could have one more, but I got the show tonight. I got to be sharp. I can't mess around. You know what I mean? My wife was like, yeah, you're cut off. You cut off. So I made it home in time. I set up my new webcam, and I'm excited to be here.
Well, I've got everything to serve you up. Let me know what table you're at. I have got the magic wizard juice. I have got off-world Jawa egg juice. I got more coffee than you can dream of. So go ahead and let me know what table you're at, and I will serve you up. We'll all serve you up, baby. Say hi in the chat. Let me know what's going on. Ask Jay. Ask Mike. Ask second brother. Ask Lane. Anything. We'll go ahead and do that, and I will get to your comments here shortly. But I want to start off with this as we lead up to the epic episode 4 intro here of Ancient Action Figures. And I saw this last night with my wife, and I do want to keep this, if everyone would be polite, spoiler free, please, for those that didn't see it yet. But we could certainly talk about our thoughts generally and what we thought of the movie. And I will tell you, my wife and I were walking into the movie theater, and it was a really good conversation, because even though I had the deja vu with Jurassic World, which I really enjoyed last week, it was the same path, when I had my heart attack going back a couple of months ago, because that's where I had it. Same movie theater, same parking space. You got to walk far. And she said, boy, Aries, I hope this remake is good. And I said, honey, I sure as heck hope so too. I've seen enough posts. I've seen enough chatter, listened to enough chatter. I'll make my determination. I will tell you this guy is Superman. This guy, David Corenswet, whatever his name is, I don't even know. But
isn't it Ben Corenswet?
Ben Hornsweet? I don't know.
It's Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. He's Superman. Is
exactly,
the point.
Exactly.
He is Superman. And when I could sit down and watch a movie, and you can grab the Dark Jedi's attention for over a couple of hours, and I'm not really peeking. I'm afraid to peek into my bucket of delicious popcorn. I was so impressed. I don't know if I was more impressed than relieved. Maybe a little bit of both. I will admit, I do like Henry Cavill. I love The Witcher. I wasn't nuts about him as Superman, but this whatever this guy, someone will correct me, or Corenswet, whatever. He has been my favorite since Christopher Reeve, and we absolutely loved the film. And you can see right here with this headline that I put up from Deadline. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a box office hit. Superman, opening to 123 million just here, just about 250,000, or getting close to that worldwide. James Gunn celebrates Superman's box office win, and he says, quote, "I'm incredibly grateful for your enthusiasm." I'm getting a feeling, Lane, that Hot Toys like Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine, we're going to have a lot. And I'm going to say it again. We're going to get into it. A lot from this film. Lane, you just came back from seeing it a few hours ago. How'd you like it? No spoilers, please.
Overall, really enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but it was definitely like a minimum 4 out of 5. Before great, 5 stars, so it was really good. I really liked Superman. I do think there were a lot of side characters with not a whole lot of time spent with them, so we didn't get to know them very much, but that's okay. And being that this is the foundational movie of an entire new universe, unlike, say, Man of Steel, where we had a hard time kind of get to know Superman / Clark Kent over the course of that movie, in this one, we really got to know Superman, and really get to understand this incarnation of him. But you should have no doubts this movie is going to keep you entertained and engaged and has some pretty interesting moments. I would probably, other than Superman, my favorite character was Mr. Terrific, which I was surprised because I thought he might be in the movie 2 minutes, and then he just window dressing or something like that for maybe a later movie or something. But everybody, I think, mostly had at least a moment. I've already pre-ordered the Inart figure.
You did.
Before
Okay.
I saw the movie. I mean, if I had hated the movie, I might have had to eventually eat the money. But I definitely think it's one, and I'm not necessarily as bullish as you on number of figures because I don't think this is going to do Deadpool Wolverine money.
It's a lot of money to make. You're right. It's a lot.
I
of
know.
money.
I just also don't know where Deadpool Wolverine had a ton of mass characters where they could do and everything. I do think they might be a little bit limited on total number of characters that they can do. There are a couple I could see. I'd like to see them do Lex. I will say I would like to maybe see a Lex Luthor done from this because I think this guy is now he's not perfect. To me, he came off as evil Elon Musk a little bit in the movie, but that's kind of honestly he's the
They took an Avengers approach. I felt with this.
He is the prototype for how you would think of evil businessman.
Well, yeah.
Basically,
we're not going to give anything away.
50, 60 years.
Yeah.
But I would like to. I can see maybe a couple of figures from it. There's one that I can't really comment on. One of the bad guys, I could maybe see them doing because he might be somewhat easy to actually pull off in the Hot Toys department and stuff. If you could probably think Aries, which guy I'm talking about. Although having read the comics, I knew about him already. What exactly was going to be his plot point before we got to it. But overall, I highly recommend seeing the series, and I would like to see figure-wise what they would do. I just don't know if this particular movie has a ton of characters, but we could at least see the Justice Gang.
I don't want to give it away. I'll put it to you this way: it already has made more money than The Flash, where they made.
You do realize that was one of the biggest bombs of all time.
I understand.
I know.
But listen, they made an incredible amount from that film.
In past Man of Steel,
because they had
past Man of Steel, I think total total U.S.
Oh, I think
opening
this
weekend.
movie, Lane, it's getting a lot of pull. It's gonna smash it this summer. And I think, like I said, I would be very careful as I talk about this. We're going to go to Second Brother over here because I know you didn't see it yet, and a lot of people haven't. But I get a sneaking suspicion, Lane, that there's some characters. Now, I don't know if they are 10,000 volume production volume characters, but I don't even know if Hot Toys even remotely touches that even more, Lane, for sure. But the movie, definitely, I enjoyed it too. I agree with you about 4 out of 5. Certainly a relief that it did well, but it opens a lot of doors. How many Wolverines did we get from Deadpool and Wolverine? How many Deadpools did we get? Aben, I know we were talking backstage. You can see here from this headline, I've been checking it all out, box office. Looks like this is going to be a hit, which is nice to see. It had the third biggest opening, I think, of this year behind Lilo and Stitch, and I forgot the other one. Certainly on track to be a blockbuster. Maybe not like Lane said on the level of Deadpool and Wolverine, but I think Warner Brothers and James Gunn are in for a nice day here.
Well, I think it's going. I mean, it's gotten off at an excellent start. The problem is good that he made those numbers that people did not listen to the idiots that like to try to review bomb something before it comes out.
Yeah,
they did not listen to that noise, and hopefully in the future, since people just go on their own, what they get out of the film on their own instead of listening to someone else's opinion. So,
right.
Deadpool and Wolverine did not get that kind of, BS. So the numbers were great, going all the way through because it didn't have that taint on it. So, by this coming out and it's turning into a hit, I'm not holding my breath on Hot Toys bringing out 3 figures from this. I'm not going to, because they've been missing opportunities. Like Deadpool and Wolverine, people got a special love for Deadpool and Wolverine, and you could get so many different variants because the movie was pretty much very variant heavy anyway. So it was to be expected for Hot Toys to go and do this version of Deadpool, this version of Wolverine, this version. So that made sense. For this one, I can't really judge because I haven't seen it yet. But for what I saw from the previews and things that you see on YouTube, it's like, okay, if they was gonna make a figure, they have to make Mr. Terrific, since I'm hearing he's like a major support character in the film. So,
yeah, he was like my second
without question.
Yeah, he was great. Imagine all leather outfit for him would be amazing. They went leather.
They should totally do. I think he would. If they only do one other character from the movie, they should do Mr. Terrific. I think he would be such an interesting looking character that just from from his shoes, man. I love his shoes.
His shoes are dope.
Sorry to interrupt you, second brother. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, that's no problem at all. When you talk about Hot Toys, and we got another hopeful blockbuster coming around the corner.
Yes,
another hopeful one, and then pockets is steaming. I already know I'm putting money in reserve just for that line alone when that movie comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much. I mean, anybody that's a Marvel fan, that's this segue off of DC. My Marvel fan, when they come out, and as we know, we talk about the Fantastic Four. That's a shoe-in. Everybody's going to get them.
Yeah,
everybody's going to get them. But as for this Hot Toy, I don't know. And if they was really trying to come out the gate and really give somebody a gut punch, they should have came out with an Artisan first.
Oh, but I think it's kind of funny. I agree with that. But I wonder if there's going to be, and we'll get into it, second brother, an opportunity for maybe not just one Artisan, but maybe a couple of artisans. You know, after seeing this film, I was like, oh my, because what they did in Deadpool and Wolverine, and what they've come out with so far, I'm scratching my head. But honestly, I shouldn't be scratching my head as I watch Hot Toys work here in 2025, because it's a lot about capitalizing on R&D. It's a lot about capitalizing on some tooling, you know, that you have with some of these head sculpts and some of these materials. And I really think with this box office success, there may be some, you know, Hot Toys board members that are kind of acting like this right.
Yeah, but I just hope they're patient and just don't blow their load and think they can just load us up with a bunch of artisans, and then
That's the
they're taking a risk doing that.
well, and they are, and isn't that the difference, second brother, between Inart and Hot Toys? You know, because you know, some people would ask me like, hey, you know, Inart could capitalize off this. I'm like, look, you don't even got Gandalf the White yet. You know, you that's not what they're going to be able to do. But you can bet your arse, Hot Toys could come out with 3, 4. Shoot, they could come out with 3 or 4 different versions of the same Superman if they wanted to off this mold. So, you know, it's hard to keep up with. How many versions of Wolverine? And again, I think it's a different story, but is it really? We've been waiting for Superman to kind of be, you know, reincarnated here in a little bit. And I guess he has been in a certain way. There's been a rebirth. But gosh, you got 1, 2, 3. Isn't there 4 different versions of Wolverine? Maybe it's 3 already, just from, I don't even know if we're done yet with Wolverine. And I'm about to say we should be. But, you know, we talked about this for a long time, brother cousins, going to you, with Darth Vader, when we talked about Christian Bale Batmans and Iron Man's. And we were kind of waiting for Vader to kind of creep up. And we're like, oh, is it really going to happen? And now all of a sudden we're seeing Vader's out the wazoo.
Yeah.
And we kind of figured it was going to happen. And eventually it does happen. And I wonder if this is going to happen with Superman now, if you're going to see a bunch like they did with that and like they do with Batman's. It's Batman Mania right now. Is it possible it could turn into Superman Mania, not just with this, brother cousins, but with prior actors who portrayed Superman? Go, baby.
Well, I can see a couple of things with this film and with this franchise right here. And I'm glad that it's, you know, that it's on track to do well. I definitely, my feelings about it were, overall I liked it, but I still think it could have been better. That's just my opinion. I agree with Lane. I think Mr. Terrific was a standout.
Terrific.
Completely terrific, and just a great standout. And where it comes for figures for this, I think one we're already issuing and that we're going to get, and that would be a Battle Damage, because that's how we saw him in the trailer. You know what I'm saying? Being all busted up. So I think we'll get a Battle Damage version. I mean, we got to look at it. When they give us these early releases like they did the Deadpool last year and like they're doing with this one, because I'm hearing that this is ready to go. Like, I think next week these will be shipping. So yeah, this is a pretty quick release. Or the first, kind of like they did Deadpool. Like
in Hong Kong, they'll have an early batch for it.
They'll have an early batch, and then we'll have to wait probably around towards the end of the year before we get them. So
yeah, because I think we're October, December timeframe.
Something like that. Right. So with that being said, when you get those early releases like that, you know Battle Damage is coming around the corner. So I think we'll get the Battle Damage. I would be surprised if they do an Artisan of this. Would be totally surprised if they do an Artisan. But I think it's something that they would do just to take the heat, because the Artisans tend to get, I think it's dwindling a little bit, but the Artisans still get a lot of heat. So I can definitely see them doing an Artisan of this just to combat the Inart version that is coming out. So
well, and I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's something I wanted to dive into a little bit. Because Lane brought up a great point last week too. Maybe it's too late, with the one that they put out to kind of, change or tweak anything, but maybe they don't really need to. Maybe they knew that going in. Is it possible? And again, I don't want to give anything away, but I can tell you right now, there's going to be an Ultraman. But I think with both of these mans, there may be different versions of both of these figures. And I can tell you why, because I think for a lot of the R&D in perhaps both of these figures, even if they wouldn't be able to sell 10,000, but they could sell just 2,000 or 3,000 with different versions, they're going to do it all day long with these type of characters, Jay. They just are. This isn't, no offense, this isn't Grand Admiral Holdo.
Vice Admiral Holdo.
But yes, Vice. Sorry,
knock her down a peg.
This isn't Snoke.
It's the Star Wars nerd in me, even for stuff I absolutely. Oh wait, I just.
Well, that's because you want me to play the trailer, which I'll serve you up in a little bit. I don't want to maneuver.
But for that one, oh no.
But Jay, you know what? You walked into that one late, but you know what I'm talking about here. And by the way, this is a couple of Crystal Ball power rankings at the all new thickscalecantina.com.
Uh-oh.
And these are, go ahead, Lane. What's that?
I know. Sorry. I thought my internet was lagging out there for a second.
Oh, well, no, you're still there, baby, as are these images. But I could see Hot Toys doing this. As far as Mr. Terrific, I really hope they do those characters. And I think that there's a possibility, too. I guess if it keeps going like this, Jay, if it keeps making money talks.
Money talks, and we'll definitely get more figures. But I think you're on to something right here. Well, Ultraman masked and unmasked. I mean, not wanting to spoil it, but that I could definitely see them doing that and making that an Artisan, that Ultraman. And I think that's the type of figure that would be a good limited release. I could see them doing 1,500 of that.
Exactly.
Just to drive people crazy.
As long as they give us a sculpted, but they should give us a sculpted too, though, Jay.
They should.
Yeah.
They should. But how they been going lately? But you're right. They should give us a sculpted. They definitely should. Because you want to have them paired up with somebody. So I can honestly, I hate to say it. I think this is more reality than us seeing Mr. Terrific. I hate to say that, and I want a Mr. Terrific.
I hate to say that.
But at best, I see them doing this.
Well, because they got the R&D in it already. You're 100%. I hope it's not the case. I'd rather have the diversity of the different characters. But you're 100% right. They're just, why would you not? If they have data that suggests that they can just whip out another 1,500, 2,500 here, 3,000 here, with tooling they already have, they're going to do that all day. And they're going to keep coming out with that beautiful powdered blue Iron Man from last week, whatever it's called. They're just going to pump this stuff out all the time. And that's where you got to watch your wallets. It's kind of like what Ava was saying. You were saying earlier. I hope they don't kill us with this. They're killing me with a ton of Star Wars and other stuff too. I just have to really watch what I'm buying. Again, welcome everybody in here. We're going to say hi to everybody here in the chat. So continue to go ahead. Let me know what table you're at. We will fill you up and ask us anything you want about anything, Hot Toys, Inart, 6 scale, anything about this Superman here. Now, Mike, before we go to you, I'm at 6scalecantina.com. And this is the all-new, real-time Crystal Ball Power Rankings. All you got to do is go to 6scalecantina.com, click on the real-time Crystal Ball Power Rankings. What's your prediction? Anybody on here can go ahead and click any of these, up to 5 predictions, and then you can cast your vote. And there's a ton down here, and you could do this every day. You can only vote once a day, but there is a ton up on here. And as this gets updated every day, the system automatically puts up top the most popular, the most likely that everyone's voting on, to the least. So it is going to be your power rankings here. So this is a really nifty tool. Again, only at 6scalecantina.com. You see up the top three here. You're seeing that 2.0 Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think maybe some people have lost hope, but it's only July. Trust me. This is coming this year. A 2.0 of the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan. We just got the Attack of the Clone ones first. But all the way up top here, Mike, Superman, he's pretty battle damaged here. Has a lot of crazy hair for Artisan ship too, when you see this movie. And then, of course, Ultraman, one of the antagonists along with Lex Luthor. What are your thoughts on all this?
Well, can I start off with my thoughts? First, I'll just say, as far as the Artisan, I would love that, but not necessarily with the, I'm not going to say what happens, but with his eyes red like that. I'd rather his face a little cleaner or maybe bruised, but not, that's a bit too much, the red on the eyes, for me anyway. It's very like scene or moment specific, but there are many times in the movie where almost half the S is like dirtied up and you can barely see it.
I know.
Looks
I wonder if
pretty,
they give you like multiple
pop
sculpts.
those out or something.
Yeah,
or multiple head sculpts. For an Artisan, no, right? They're not going to give us multiple head sculpts.
Unless it's a DX.
Yeah, maybe. I welcome it, even though I probably won't buy it. And listen, I'm so happy that this movie is doing well because I want this DC universe to continue and do well. And I want to see a lot more films from it. Very curious. Now, Gunn was specific in saying this isn't necessarily setting the tone for the universe. It is setting the tone for Superman because he says that the subsequent movies, depending on the character, you're going to have a different director and a different tone and feel. I think that's great. And we saw that with Marvel. You know, we got like Civil War, we got Guardians. We were able to mix in different feels, some more comedic, some more dramatic, and it was all part of the same universe. So I really hope we can do that, especially considering how disparate the tone of DC characters are, how different Superman is from Batman typically in the comics and in the films. And I don't need to see as dark of a Batman necessarily as we've gotten in the past, especially with Snyder. But I do, in fitting him directly into this film, it wouldn't work. Does that make sense? For me, anyway. I don't want a Batman from The Flash like we just saw. Like, that didn't work. The, daytime smiling Ben Affleck. So I still want that darker tone, but I'm excited for the universe, even though I hated this movie, guys. I hated it. I know I'm in the minority, but I just have to.
Oh, this one right here. You didn't like it, Mike.
I didn't.
Well,
like
I've heard some people. I've seen some Twitter posts or some random ones, and I mean, sure. I mean,
Aries, and if you go back to last week, I was very excited, even though I really like Man of Steel, BVS, and the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Like, I love those movies, but I also think it's ridiculous to go into it wishing this is going to fail because you're a Snyder bro, right? Like, I like Zack Snyder a lot. But I like a lot of things. I like Inart and Hot Toys. Like, I don't have to pick a side. Right. And so I was going in really excited and really hopeful. Now, on one hand, my hopes were met because the movie's doing well and we're going to continue the universe for sure. But I didn't enjoy the movie for a number of reasons that maybe are best not to get into now because this is not a spoiler review. But I will say that I think after this film, I'm like, I just don't think I share Gunn's sensibilities. That's all. You know what I mean? And
that's a good way to put that. Yep.
Yeah. Like, it's not, I've seen some people in comments would be like, oh, tell me you've never read Superman without telling me you've never read Superman. Like, a lot of people like to take jabs at people who didn't like the movie, saying like, you either just love Snyder or you don't know anything about, I know about Superman. Like, these, I just pulled out a few. Like, I have a ton of Superman comics. Like, I just came back from Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, my local store. All right. And I just picked up a bunch of comics. Like, I love comics, man. I love Superman comics. But I didn't dislike the movie because I'm a bigger Superman fan than anybody. I'm not the most prolific Superman reader. I admit that. Because I know people that have been reading Superman for longer than I've been alive who love the movie. So there's no secret sauce to loving it or hating it. it works for you or it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Well, that's exactly right. It's kind of like these figures, right? Or some of these artisans. It either works for you, or it doesn't. You want to sculpt it. No, I totally get it.
But I love that people are excited about it. I really do, and that's not a cheesy cop out like me just trying to be a milquetoast fence sitter or anything. Like, I am very happy to debate point to point and have like a fun discussion about it. It doesn't hurt my feelings that some people loved it, and I don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings. If you,
I had an opposite discussion with Lane when this movie came out because he loved this film.
Exactly.
I will say that is still an epic trailer. It's still
I was getting ready to see the greatest movie ever made when I first saw that trailer.
That freaking trailer is killer, man.
I
want to watch it tonight. Oh, wait a minute, I've seen it already.
And then we went to the theater and we were like,
and you get that Poe mom
Harry
joke,
just
and I was
needs
like,
to pull up the laughing Palpatine, like right after Brother Cutson's combat there.
I mean, he called it a laser sword, and then he drank the milk from the teat of the alien and looked in the camera like, "Yeah, I just did."
And Mark Hamill was told to do that.
I was done. I was done after that. I was like, man, what kind of sick space porn I'm looking at, man? I'm done.
The alien trying to look there like, "Yeah, you want some?"
I wasn't quite done there, but when I saw them trying to drop bombs straight down like a World War II bomber, and I'm going, bombs don't go down in outer space.
Well, listen, that's the least of my worries.
They don't drop. There's no gravity to pull them
but
down.
that was a badass scene because that was real. That was like a real war scene.
I understand that, but they're in outer space.
I will say this now that you brought up that trilogy, right?
They have to shoot proton torpedoes with actual propulsion, like space propulsion on them. I played a lot of X-Wing, TIE Fighter, and X-Wing Alliance back in the day. There was a reason they didn't drop bombs in outer space.
So I will defend what Lane is saying.
Let's just say they were magnetic in this.
That's what I've heard.
Let's just say they were magnetic.
Let's say they were magnetic. That's not too much into it.
I was thinking with the Rian Johnson as a hack.
Just to put a button on.
And then you're talking about that, and then the damn space goats and them running around
on a spaceship. Yeah, that was.
No, I don't got a space. They got Finn riding on a goat, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
No, I was spending most of my time was going, why is Finn like walking in a rejected suit from like Leviathan or something like that? The horror movie.
Put him in a tank.
I had the opportunity to ask John Boyega that, and then it slipped my mind. And I'm glad, you know what? Because I was like,
he thought that scene was stupid, and like that. I'm never going to say Finn was my favorite character, but I was so looking forward to seeing how they were going to explain he was survived, and maybe he would become force sensitive in that movie.
Yeah.
And then the first scene he pops out, he's all better after getting his spine severed by a lightsaber. 2,
Bacta can't fix it all.
I know Bacta is the miracle. But the other thing was, and then he's plopping around there and everything in the middle of like when they're running for their lives and everything on their spaceships. And I'm like, is this really how we're gonna see Finn in the first scene? Like, really? We're doing this? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to tell your wife, hey, I'm going to spend a few $1 billion on this thing, and she goes, what are you going to do with it? And you say, no idea. She would say, come up with a plan, then buy it. And I think Disney needed that advice too, because that was the big problem. They went into making a Star Wars franchise or a new trilogy with no plan. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard of in my life. Well, and I don't mean to take us off on a tangent.
I would say this, and people just disagree with me. That film, Rian Johnson just screwed that 100%. Whatever that is.
Yeah. But so the thing that's even worse than that is they committed a cinema sin. The fact that you had all the living cast together and you didn't give us a reunion shot of all of them together is just wrong. And somebody should have been very fired for that. Disney almost should lose the license just because of that. I said it. I meant it. I'm sorry.
But then too, you had a whole bunch of people in there. You had a whole bunch of people in making it and didn't really have a vested interest in it. Besides, there's a Kathleen Kennedy. Nobody else there was pretty much like, this is Star Wars. This is what it's about. And even when they so-called, as I guess to make you feel good type of thing, to have Lucas sitting there and just basically shit on his plans in the background, it was ripe for disaster. So
there's a lot. If I can just connect this conversation to Superman real quick. So it didn't destroy the Superman character or the Superman universe the way that The Last Jedi did for Star Wars, in my opinion. But this movie did remind me a little bit of Rise of Skywalker in its like pacing and lack of letting me feel like I was grounded in the world.
That I'll agree with you. That was the storytelling.
Yeah, just because I did think about that when I came out of it. I said, when was the last time I felt whiplash like this? And it was Rise of Skywalker for me. And again, it goes back to the sensibility thing. It goes back to like, do the jokes work? Were they funny to you? Because there's a lot of undercutting of emotional beats for humor. Now, if the humor worked for you, it's great. If it doesn't work, you're just like, you ruined the moment. You didn't enhance it.
Well, I would
things that I
this
had problems with.
Right.
No, I will tell you this. I'll give Rian Johnson credit. There were some intense and very funny moments in The Last Jedi, like this.
Blow that piece of junk out of the sky! All fighters!
Was that if I can remember, was that the scene we had the damn temper tantrum and just tore up the damn elevator and just walked away?
Yeah, and Hux.
Okay, that was cool. That was cool.
Well, anytime Hux got flown around and stuff, I mean, it was kind of hilarious. I mean, that was another character the guy completely destroyed.
I just like when he turned around when he was taking the damn helmet and just tearing up, and the lights are just tearing up everything, and then Stormtrooper's like, "I'm not going to hell in there."
Wait, no, that was the first movie.
Was it?
Yeah, the first one had funny moments too, like that, and like this.
Okay, stay calm. I am calm. I'm talking to myself.
You got a boyfriend?
That's what I mean. That's Finn being used kind of funny, but not embarrassing the character.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's more he's so nervous and everything, and he's still going through a psychological breakdown at that.
Well, listen, I feel like we got to fill up. We got to start the intro because it is episode 4. We got to play it, but I think we have an overabundance of guests sitting on table 2. I think right on top of table 2. So let's fill it up right now, baby.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another.
I will just.
I want to do that one day.
I have to say also though, just for what I did like with the Superman movie, what I really enjoyed that it did do is having seen a lot of the old movies was the callbacks, and I know it was maybe for a little manipulative nostalgia purposes, but the throwbacks they had to the original Superman theme and everything.
That was great.
Here and there, like the way they used it. I got
goosebumps with it.
That was, I think, the one thing I thought the movie really did well, except for the end theme. That was the James Gunn thing coming smashing me over the head.
Yeah.
That's at the very, very end.
If I can end my points by just saying that Corenswet and Brosnahan were fantastic, and I think he's a great Superman. And I'm looking forward to seeing him develop and grow, and maybe become more stoic as we go on, that kind of thing. So I think there's room for him to grow.
Dude, that dude's name is like a Monty Python character.
Yeah, I know. He does sound like Count, like Corenswet. Would be Corenswet. Count Corenswet.
Sound like a gym teacher's name.
It sounds like his agent
like
should have said, like, have you heard of
or
stage
something
names?
like that.
Yeah, it could even sound like a stage name, like the freaking Inart Cowboy. All right, so listen. Now you guys get to see what's better. The trailer, you get the vote. You have a 3-way vote here. The Last Jedi trailer I just played for Lane. The latest James Gunn Superman movie, or episode 4 of Ancient Action Figures. Let's go ahead and kick it off, ladies and gentlemen. Right now. The Bermuda Triangle, 3 points of geographical area between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda, have been plagued by mysterious disappearances of more than 70 ships and aircraft.
What exactly happened to these vessels? It's as if they just vanished out of thin air.
The people, the cargo, everything just disappears.
Some ancient action figure theorists believe that otherworldly beings could be specifically targeting certain transports.
These disappearances, are they carefully orchestrated abductions to secure basic, precious artifacts? Are some of these artifacts Inart and Hot Toys collectibles?
Is it a coincidence that as mysterious disappearances escalate across the Bermuda Triangle, that Sideshow's waitlist is amping up as well? So you do have to wonder, with all of these sudden waitlists, are aliens taking not only humans, but Hot Toys back to their home planets as well? And I say, let's go ahead and dive into episode 4 of the new season of Ancient Action Figures, baby. Right now. You know, it's a little hard. It's a little time consuming to put all of that together, but I do get some help from the Hot Toys Wizard, the 13th Skull, and a bunch of others as well. You are watching Ancient Action Figures Live. This is episode 4 of the new season. We have got Lane in the house. We have got Second Brother in the house. We have got Brother Cousins in the house. And we have got Mike Latoris in the house. We have been talking about this new Superman movie. And I will tell you, for me, again, I really, really enjoyed it. And again, you know, is it possible that, you know, with these new Crystal Ball power rankings, that the way to combat Inart is not by changing anything with the current figure, is to just go ahead and oversaturate collectors with a plethora of different versions of Superman. You could come out with the battle damaged Superman very, very easily, Mike, like we were talking about with the red eyes here. It can be a little bit less. He has a lot of crazy hair. It's not always the same. Like Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill when he played it, he had a lot of different moments of hairstyles, if you will. Some poofy, some out of whack. Perfect for Artisan. There's some other surprises as well that I won't spoil for others in here. But I think there's plenty of opportunity if you wanted to go ahead and take some marketing out or wind out of Inart sales. You could literally go ahead and say, here's 3 or 4 different versions of Hot Toys Superman. You may not like them all, but sure as hell, we're going to make sure you like one of them. Mike, hell, you think that the Hot Toys one, you said last week's better than the Inart one. That's you, Mike. I don't know if you're on mute or if you're still there. Oh, he's not even here. But that's what Mike said. So, but Jay, going back to you, that's what Mike's thoughts were last week, and I think some think that way. But honestly, I think if you could have 3 or 4 different versions, Jay, you have a lot of opportunity. Hot Toys has, and I think it's right up their alley. Remember, I was talking about this last week, Jay. On the show, people bitched and moaned about the DX-27 Obi-Wan Kenobi. The DX-26 Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was horrible. He looked like Brendan Fraser or whatever. It didn't look like Obi-Wan. So, he pays attention to these things and he makes changes. Everyone complained about Sasha Crowley. It was a disgrace. Oh my God, how could they do this? They go ahead and they fix the figure. I feel like with the whole hoopla within Inart versus Hot Toys last week, and there was a lot of hoopla, it was 10 times the cry compared to this. It was 20 times the cry compared to Tony Stank or Sasha Cali. So I don't see a chance in hell that they don't answer back, because I'll tell you why I think that. It's not Aries' feelings. It's not Aries as a Hot Toys fanboy. I got Inart right in front of me here. It's because Aries is a trend man. I look at the trends. What does Hot Toys do? What do they do over and over? This is what they do over and over. When you go with the data, Jay, Howard Chan is going to answer Inart, plain and simple. Go.
Absolutely. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. And I mean, you hit on it earlier about them giving us, multiple versions of these figures and just oversaturating the market and then giving us these artisans or giving us these, quick release figures to keep us going. They knew that Inart had the DC license as well. And they knew that Inart was going to strike while the iron is hot with this new movie coming out. So they knew they needed to respond to that. So that's why we're getting the Hot Toys figure first, because it's like, okay, yeah, you can get the Inart version. You could save your money for the Inart version and wait a year and a half, or you can get the Superman this year while the iron is hot when the movie is hot. They saw what they did last year with Deadpool, and that was very successful. People were even going overseas. People that didn't even buy figures, they won overseas, bought that figure, they won, and they did it because they wanted to capitalize on the hype. The movie was good, and they wanted it. That was a rare opportunity for that. Hot Toys released something. They released the figure as the film was still in the theaters. That felt good. They've done that before. They did that before with the black and gold Spider-Man, and it wasn't that accurate, and it was, wasn't that great of a figure. But that Deadpool last year was amazing. That was a great figure, and we knew another one was coming. We knew in our hearts that another one was coming, and they were going to do a battle damage version with a different head sculpt and all that. But we wanted to capitalize on that hype. We wanted that right then and there. The movie's in the theater. I can have the figure on my shelf and go see the movie. It was a good feeling, and they're capitalizing on that again. And they doing that for money, of course, for them, but they're also doing that, to stip it to the competition, because they know that there's people out there that be like, do I really want to wait 2 years for the Inart when I can have something right now? No, I want to get it right now. And it does look good. It's a good looking figure. And then the funny thing about that is the person will go and buy that figure, and then, a year goes down the line, and then the Inart comes out, and guess what? They go buy the Inart too. So it's good business for everybody. But it's smart on Hot Toys because they had theirs ready first. They were first to market. And this is how they're going to beat the competition every time, because say what you want to say about Hot Toys, for the number of figures they put out a year, they have way more wins than losers, way more. And we're talking about over, well over 100 figures a year. And, out of 100, I would say almost, 90 to 80 are pretty damn good. Some sculpts may be more questionable. Oh, they may have done this. They should do that. But at the end of the day, they're still they're still very good figures, and that's where they and that's their superpower, and that's why they will always corner the market. But with that being said, we are in a big trend where people demand more from their figures. We saw you have this joke, you have this Artisan Joker out. We had another Artisan Joker that came out this week, and that was the Joaquin Phoenix 2019 Joker that came out this week. And that figure looks damn good. Damn good. Can't wait to get it in hand. Looks amazing. But you heard people, you know, if this was 2 years ago, people would have been like, "Oh my God, this is it. Hot Toys is amazing. This is it. This is the end all be all." But you heard something this week where people was like, they were a little bit more nitpicky than they usually are. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. This is just where we changed as a culture with figures. People were like, it looks great, but the tailoring is still not as sharp as Inart. Look at the stitching. The stitching that is not as big. And you know what? And that maybe, and it could be nitpicking, and it kind of is. But the thing of it is, this is where we're at with collecting. Collecting, especially in 1/6, we want the most accurate that we can possibly get. And we're in an era now where people demand that damn accuracy. So, yeah, that takes that right back around to where people want to go. Why some people went with the Inart Superman. I'm getting the Inart Superman because we want that accuracy. When that I didn't pre-order the Hot Toys one. So as tempting as I know that one is going to be, I'm sticking with the Inart one because that's just where I'm at. I'm still in love with my Cavill Superman. And I mean, for what it's worth, right now, that is still the best Superman on planet Earth right now. Now, when this Corenswet, brother need to change his name. But anyway, when Corenswet comes out from Hot Toys, you know, in a couple weeks, that will probably be the next best Superman figure, you know. But yeah, it's Hot Toys knows what they're doing.
No, very well said. And brother, second brother, go to you. And again, everybody, don't forget to smash that like button. You are watching episode 4 of Ancient Action Figures. And, you know, so, you know, Hot Toys answers. They pay very close attention. You know, Jay just addressed it to everything that's said out there. You know, the Obi-Wan, the Sasha Cali, the Tony Stank, the this, the that, the this. You saw it with this Obi-Wan. They put out a newly revised head sculpt. And, of course, when Inart first announced they were getting into 6-scale figures, all the hoopla, they defeated Hot Toys, they're better than Hot Toys, all of this. All I will say back then is I felt like it was a little premature. They better have been able to beat DX11. Any new company that's going to come out with a Joker, that DX11 is old. You better be able to surpass that at this point. And then Hot Toys came out and answered and punched them right in the mouth and knocked them out with this Joker, because many feel, even Justin and Justin's collection, that this is the best Joker out there. So they beat him. So Hot Toys is capable, even though they're pumping out way more commercially, of beating Inart, beating anyone. So, you know, as far as them answering the Superman, like Jay said, they probably knew that they had the license as well. They probably knew, come beat us with your best shot. You may even beat us with this one. But we have a battle damage one that's going to come if the movie does well. We have a couple of Artisan ones. We have many ways that we could answer this and then take over a whole 2 weeks of channel content by just oversaturating the market, making it too much Hot Toys to talk about. Again, I look at trends, Eamon. I have this figure. I got the Gandalf in front of me. I got the Aragorn in front of me. I got the Jack Sparrow. This is probably the best figure head sculpt I have. Now, I'm not big on swords and clothing. I don't care as much as the head sculpt. I should, but the head sculpt is where it's at for me. I think they're going to answer Inart with this Corenswet Superman.
Well, it's just like, I'm a car guy. It's just like Chevrolet decided to get a Ferrari 458 and tear it to pieces and break it down, just like what China does with our technology, and reverse engineer it and make it better. So, of course, Inart jumps out in the ring and comes out with the Corenswet version first, Of course, Hot Toys can be like, oh, you know what? We got you. They're gonna get a hold of it. They're gonna look at the perfections and imperfections of it, and then one up, and then it goes back and forth. That's just business. That's just competition right there.
Mm-hmm.
So Inart has his own thing have his own thing within his own right, and you can't take it away from Inart that applied the pressure to do something different. That gave us
thank God, because we'd still be in the same.
You being the same thing, just be another company putting out figures instead of you're like, okay, what differentiate between mine's and yours, and it puts pressure on them like, hey, you need to step up your game. You need to give us a little bit more for what we're paying for. Of course, Inart coming out, and it figures a little bit more expensive, but then too, you look at what you get for what you pay for. So now Hot Toys is like, yeah, we good on volume. We can get matched the quality for less of the price. But then how some of these artisans are going is almost like a $50 difference almost. And then you're looking at quality and longevity. I look at it as like, okay, well, some people like to deal with the devil that they know instead of somebody who's new. And then too, like we always talk about with the artisans and all these other special figures, I got figures in here that, when little bro got me into it, I backstepped and got figures that were older. I look at them, some of them still hold up. And the Artisan line, just like Inart, haven't stood the test of time to see if their product is good on the long term. So there's a lot of variances with it. I'm looking at where the quality lies, where I'm gonna get the best bang for my buck, and where they're at, printing, doing these figures, because I'm not into the thing where they're doing 100 different variants and all that stuff. Because after a while, it turns to a cash grab, and it's kind of like you're playing with the consumer in a way when doing that. So, like say for instance, like we're looking at this Wolverine here. I don't think the Wolverine with the jacket and the one without, that shouldn't have happened. That should have been bundled in the same package.
Oh, I agree. That's
going to hurt.
That's what they do.
That's what's going to hurt them.
And I think it is going to hurt them. And I think it's going to hurt our wallets if we need to have multiple versions, Lane, because I don't know if this Superman movie does $500,000 US or 600 million. Gosh, I don't know. There's a lot of versions of Superman you just saw in the movie that they could put out. This is just Wolverine. This ain't even Deadpool. But this is what they do. Like, and I agree with what Second Brother said, Lane. I feel like the first and the second figure here, that could have been one.
Oh yeah, completely. I thought
now the middle one's an Illuminate.
The Age of Apocalypse one. That's a whole different game. And that one actually lasted a while. That's probably one of the longest lasting Artisan figures so far.
12 hours.
Yeah, that one was a very interesting choice. When everybody would, if they had done an Artisan version of that one with a switch out, like Artisan head sculpt and mass head sculpt, like that thing would have disappeared in like 15 minutes. Well,
I don't think a lot of people follow. Sorry, I don't think a lot of people follow that whole Age of Apocalypse story arc because
it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, because if you did, that thing would have flew off the shelves within minutes.
Yeah, but it was. I just think there were also other looks people would have gone for more too, like maybe even patch or something like that. But like this, I mean, I get why they did the TVA shirtless one. I guess they needed to get some money out of if they did a new body for this Wolverine. To be as jacked as Jackman. But like I appreciate them doing like the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine because they did so many effing Deadpools. Variants of Deadpool.
You think?
Yeah. Although they still haven't put out Elektra or Gambit.
No, where's Jennifer? Yeah, no.
I'm getting a distinct feeling we're not getting.
Well, we got Blade, right?
Yeah, we got Blade and we got Daphne Keene.
Mm-hmm.
X-23.
We gotta get Jennifer Garner. I'm sorry.
I think the ship has sailed on those figures, but they might have prototypes that they just might randomly, like a showcase, like the Inquisitors, the fourth sister.
It's coming out tomorrow with the fifth brother.
They're gonna throw an exclusive on it.
Yeah, like those figures could be could end up being a couple years old, and then they have an exclusive window that they have to they got to we're getting freaking Delta Squad, even though I know that's repainting the body and stuff, but they're just like, hey, we'll just randomly throw it all in Delta Squad probably over the next year as exclusives, to help fill the calendar.
Give an example. We already got one example of that, and that's Pope.
Yeah, they had probably something like that, and just they probably had the body and because the suit and everything looks similar to maybe from years ago. Obviously, they've updated maybe some of the material and stuff, but then they just said, well, we have this Moon Knight head sculpt that we did, so now we can or the Mr. Knight, we can take the Mr. Knight one, maybe de-age him a little bit with some of the paints and stuff, so he looks about 4 or 5 years younger. Boom shakalaka. There we go. We've got our. Hey, that's for anybody who's that laugh is for people who are old enough to have played NBA Jam back in the arcade, like 92, 93.
NBA Jam.
It was so fun. Oh my god, so fun.
That was a crap, dude. That was
back to shape.
It was
but
crap.
I'm just I am subconsciously going to age this panel completely.
You don't have to age it.
You don't have to. No.
Lane, but I think Maddie Fresh 369. He's looking for me to play this clip for him. So, okay, Maddie, is this what they call you?
They call him the Wizard.
Well, you guys are right where those things might fit for releasing on the calendar. We got to have X number of releases over the year, and we couldn't do them as an exclusive. Maybe pre-orders on Blade and X-23 weren't fantastic, So they're like, well, we can do these, but we'll do 1,500 of them.
Well, Lane, remember I played quite a few. They call it the Wizard for you last week, especially when you predicted that within another 6 weeks we'd have another Iron Man.
Well, yeah, that was, as I said, that was not exactly going deep into the crystal ball or rolling the magic 8 ball around a lot and shaking.
Being a little conservative, man.
I mean, just there's going to be some type of Iron Man. I mean, we've done all these molds here in the last year or something. So we're gonna get our full money out of it. I mean, how about you guys? I think we may have mentioned this, Aries, last week, but we got with several outstanding multiple Iron Mans owned at one point in their life collectors here. How many Mark III variant paint covers have we had now in the last year?
Oh my god!
Including now this Stealth 2.0.
How many, Jen?
Of Mark III. Mark
50.
Yeah.
Thank you.
51.
Because we had the red and chrome. We had that
Coca-Cola version.
Which was almost basically the same thing, just
Black and yellow.
Yep.
We had the black and gold and the gold, the chrome gold.
Mm-hmm.
And now this one, the Stealth 2.0, which isn't out yet, but it's coming. So is that 5 of just the Mark III?
5.5. Count the Mark II.
Oh yeah, that is the same thing, but it's like a silver chrome.
Similar enough, yeah.
Well, yeah. And here's where they get you with this stuff. Even because if I put in Hot Toys Iron Man, probably going to fill up a whole page. There's probably 30 of them up here, or whatnot. But here's where they get you on these. And I think we always got to remember, let's follow the trends to predict what Hot Toys is going to do. I mean, obviously, we want what we want. We follow our feelings. And, of course, they want to give the consumers what they want. But they're also going to give the consumers how they're acting with their wallets. Because even if they put out, let's say, this battle-damaged Superman, even this Wolverine, this Artisan one just sells out. And when they limit production, like the way that they do, like I'm going to bring this up. Here's some of your waitlist news. And I feel like they're very, very clever with this, because a lot of people are like, oh, I missed out on the Artisan, this Spider-Man, which I absolutely can't wait to get this. And I do have some otherworldly news that this one's coming very fast. This is about to get released. And right when I was getting that news, the collector edition, which may be less than actually the Artisan edition at $3,500, this is on the wait list. So, Mike, here's some waitlist news. This was available for a while. Now, both versions, Artisan or Sculpted, on this Iron Spider is gone. This is it for Endgame. And this is Tom Holland, and this is epic. And it's Endgame. They've 2.0'd a lot of these. Not only is the Artisan gone now, this is gone. This is where they get you too. Because a lot of times we'll comment, I don't need an Artisan. Well, of course you don't. That's why they don't put up 2,500, 10,000 of them. They put out 2,000 or 1,500. But boy, it's sure as heck gives some people that itchy trigger finger, like I got to have that, because not everybody can have it. So are you surprised here that this has hit the wait list? Another one. It's not out yet, but they're gone. Can't get it no more on here anyway.
I'm not surprised that it's gone. I think this head sculpt is phenomenal. I think the Artisan hair, if they come close to that, I mean, they got to nail it, but I think it looks great in this promo pics. I'm really excited about short hair looking really good. I was like, that's the next. We got a little shorter with Luke, but this is really the test. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this comes out. I didn't pre-order, but I'm hoping for a great figure with this one. I'm not surprised it's sold out. Like I said, the sculpt is just so good. But I am surprised that I didn't notice that it was on. Aries, I'm sure you guys noticed this, but like I check every day. The almost sold out stuff, right? Sometimes they skip to sold out just right away.
They do. Sometimes, yep.
And it's because I did not see this one on my almost gone or last chance list. I don't know when it went, Aries, but it just happens sometimes. But I will say this, when that happens, don't give up hope and keep checking. Put yourself on the wait list, but like...
Oh, they convert all the time.
But not only do they convert all the time, like, I don't know if you noticed this, but Ahsoka sold out. And now it's available. It was like a 24-hour period or less than when she was almost gone and then gone, and now she's back. So occasionally that happens. Do I think it's going to happen here? Probably not. Throw yourself on that wait list.
That Ahsoka line, though, there are most of them are in stock. It's very interesting with that line.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Very interesting with that line. I've been acting very different than all of these.
Yeah.
Actually, happy you brought that one up. So, because I never, I watch Ahsoka every day, and I've been shocked. I don't know if that's just underselling from the Ahsoka series. It's certainly, I'll be honest with you, there's channels that love it. But ratings-wise, it didn't do anything like The Mandalorian.
No.
They're going to do it again. They're going to do it on the season, thank goodness. I loved it.
They're going to resolve the story, which at least now.
Yeah. I wonder if they bit off too much, though, with that Ahsoka series, guys.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think they did. One of the reasons I loved it is because I'm a super Rebels fan. I came in with a lot of background information and knowledge, and this was Rebels Season 5 for me. And you know what I'm saying? So... again, going back to Superman, I think a lot of people who are big Superman comic book fans really liked the movie because they were like, I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that is. Great reference here. Great reference there. And that's fulfilling as a long-term fan of something. Whereas if you're coming into Ahsoka, like with nothing, no background, maybe just her cameos in, in Mando. Yeah, it's tough, man. It was a tough sell because there's a lot of deep cuts. But I want to see everything sell out. I want people to have enough time to buy it, but I don't think it's healthy if you see stuff sitting on Sideshow and going for 15, 30% off.
Just go look at all those Mando troopers.
They're
there.
It's funny. I'm going to put this up from MB Dyson. Love the act because I can't wait for the T2 one anyway. And that's why I never talked about them for months. The Batman with the Bat Signal and the regular sculpted Jack Sparrow. because they have a few of those. They're not moving.
That's what I mean. They
Like the
come back.
Ahsoka, I haven't. It's not. But you know what else is interesting? So Jay, I want to get your comments on this Spider-Man because this is coming out, I believe, if not this week. I believe before the end of this month, this one's going to come out.
Wow.
But here's another one because I want to put two up here that we can all talk about. And I've talked about this one, which also is going to be coming out very fast. What did I say on your show with this one? Another waitlist news is as soon as they come out with that Revenge of the Sith one, which they did, that you are going to shortly see the last version, which was the special edition. They're all gone. They're all hit waitlist now. I was watching this one for the last week. It had a strange, almost gone signal with it, then almost sold out. And I knew within a week it was going to go back and forth, and then this one's gone now. And I believe that's because they're putting all their marbles now with the Revenge of the Sith one, and that's not going to compete with it. This is done, dude.
Yep.
They did,
and that's the game, and that's the game that they play. You know what I'm saying? That's what they play, and it's the thing is you can't be mad anymore because they gave you so many opportunities to get these figures. Now you may have people to see it when it comes out and be like, damn it, I should have bought it, like me. Because I didn't get this one. I didn't get it. I was like, you know what? I got the Kenobi version. I'm good. And then I'm getting the Revenge of the Sith. So that's gonna be good enough for me. But when this comes out, it's gonna be people like, oh man, I'm gonna need to get this. Oh, and then you know what that means. Tim Sen. But anyway,
if Vader does that, man,
there's a 30% tariff
with a 30% tariff. So yeah, so you got to. But that's the thing. You have to choose. You have to choose wisely. But it makes sense because they're not going to be in competition with each other. So they're going to put this out, watch everybody buy it up, and then coming right around the corner, boom, there's Revenge of the Sith. There he goes on the table. So it's very ingenious how they're doing this.
Unpredictable, Jay.
It's so unpredictable, and it all looks so good. That's the thing. It all looks really good.
You're going to laugh at me at this one because I don't really pre-order. I pre-ordered this one going back about 6 weeks ago.
Almost?
No, 6 weeks ago, right after I got out of surgery. About a week later, because I knew this was going to happen. I talked about it on Best for the Best, and I talked about it on my shows. I said, look, they're going to surprise you with this 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. They're going to give you the full, burnt to a crisp Hayden Christensen head sculpt specific to Revenge of the Sith, which means this one, which personally I like better. I'm not saying I like it better than the film, but I think that this figure is going to be rare. I don't think they made anywhere near as much as that DX27 and 28.
Yeah.
No, because that one pops up quite a bit.
And this one is sick. Yeah. This is sick with that base.
It is.
That freaking cape.
There's just
so I pre-ordered it because I don't want Tim send it with the tariff.
No. And I would tell people that Tim sent with the tariff and the waiting and the shipping and all that. Oh man,
it adds up in a hurry.
It's not fun. It's not fun. Just wait. But going back, you were talking about Spider-Man. That I can definitely, I can definitely see that one dropping this week. And funny, I forgot about it. And I'm thinking about it.
Forgot about it.
Yeah,
a lot of people. And that came out a year, and that's been about because I remember I was in Disney World when this
showcase.
Last year. So this is gonna look. So I can't wait for this to. I can't wait for this to come. I was able to acquire.
Now, are you getting sculpted or Artisan, Jay?
Oh, Artisan all the way. Oh, Artisan, absolutely. So I can't wait.
I look, and I say this in all seriousness, and I'm not sure with this figure because he's a popular character, but I'm not sure how much more than 3,500. I'm not sure how much more rare the Artisan version that you're going to get and that I'm going to get is then the sculpted one. I mean, the sculpted one, see, I can't put my finger on it with him because he's Spider-Man, but I don't know if this is everyone's favorite spider suit, to be quite honest with you, but it is Endgame, but I'm not sold. It definitely has more than 3,500. Put it to you this way. I know it's nowhere close to 7,500 or 10,000. It's not that much. But I don't think it's that many of either one of these.
Yeah. I agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
Sure.
The 104th Clone Trooper regular edition also waitlisted this week too.
Yeah.
Last couple of days.
Oh yeah, that say that one again, Lane. I'll put it in here.
The Wolf Pack.
The one for 220.
Yeah.
Sorry, $220.
Yeah, the regular edition waitlisted.
What is it called? What's the headline on it? What is it?
104th.
104.
104th.
Yeah.
Will that come up like this? Let's see if it pops up. Will the Hot Toys 104th pop up? Or did the screenshot hit the way?
There you go.
See, waitlisted.
So I think only one version did though, right?
Yeah, just a regular edition. The deluxe, which is gonna have a lot more made, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good question. How much more made though?
Well, I don't know with the 104, just because like that's even for the Clone Troopers, this is a very much more niche, even comparison to 501st.
Yeah,
it is kind of funky, weird that we got a 104th before you got an Obi-Wan Kenobi 212 Division 1, other than the Airborne Trooper. But I had noticed that the regular edition, I think the same thing years ago happened with the 501st too, like the regular, because they're probably making more of the deluxe edition than they are the regular edition, because people are going to want the backpack and the extra like missile launch, rocket launcher, all that kind of, and all the guns that come with it, and it's only $260 for the deluxe. But this, I was mentioning this because this is a Clone Trooper I've been thinking about getting. I actually did finally pull the trigger. I don't know if I would get this one because the showcase might be coming and we don't know what's going to get dropped on our head. But I just pulled the trigger on Wolf, Commander Wolf, finally, because he's one of my favorite.
Oh yeah. Clones. Well, Lane, when did they announce 104th here? I'm trying to remember back.
He went on to last thing like last week, I think.
When did they announce
when he finally went waitlist?
No, when did they announce
it? I mean like announce the figure. Like how
it wasn't
long ago?
that. It wasn't over a year ago or anything.
No, it was I think fall of last year, maybe, or like
early
this year.
Yeah, it was
maybe early this year. And they, I'm the reason I wanted to mention this is because we do get a lot of clone collectors and stuff. A lot of the groups I'm in, there are a lot of clone fans. They mostly complain about this one with the insignias and all that stuff because I think they match up for one of the specific clone troopers. But I'm monitoring now the deluxe trooper, because usually a lot of times when one of these versions goes away, you have to be paying attention, because as Aries, you pointed out before, the other version could suddenly just one day on you just low stock because they're trying to, starting to get where they want to cut the pre-orders off or shut down this figure, or because they might have a 212 figure getting a general pre-order or something else they want you to turn your attention to. Not one that was put up 7 months ago.
And I want to go to second brother on this. Second brother, it was very interesting. I think Mike brought this up earlier, because all these are going on waitlist predominantly, especially these 2.0s, these hot characters, but all the Star Wars and just the Star Wars Ahsoka line ones, they seem to be in stock. Now, not Captain Enoch, he's gone, and a couple of those other ones that they were gone early. I don't understand that. But do you have a theory? Balin Skull, Ahsoka Tano, Hera Syndulla, Sabrine Wen, Thrawn's been up there for a while. Very interesting with that. Any thoughts?
Well, I think that they did I won't say a mass production of those, but they pretty much did a tester with the baling, and I think we probably slowed it down because of certain things with baling that we didn't like. As get to where you get down to the feet and the ankles, and some people just pretty much once that pretty much came about, people kind of slowed back a little bit from that. I don't know if that may have an effect, but
it does. That's a good point.
But then usually what will end up happening is that these figures will sit like this, and then all of a sudden we get a rush and all of them turn out to be gone. So
yeah,
because we turn and get a rash where you look at next week's like okay, all right, I think I got time to go ahead and get this one sitting there. But next thing you know, you turn around and look, it goes to Waitlist. Sometimes they don't give you the warning that it's almost gone. It just be gone.
You're right. You and Mike brought that. Mike brought that up earlier too. They just will go,
just disappear. So, like I know, like the troopers, and the I think with the troopers is that they're troopers, and everybody army builds troopers, and that's what make them go fast. They make them go extremely fast. Like I love troopers, but I don't think it's like I'm not getting. The most I would get is 2 other troopers. If it's a commander, I get a commander, and then I had a companion piece, and that far as go. But I know some people just buy 4 troopers at a pop. They do that. So, but it's hard. The market that we in, it is hard. And so I think with Ahsoka, like the show was fantastic on seeing the prompts, but I do see where female figures tend to sit longer. Female figures tend to sit longer.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
That could be a factor. The issues that they had with baling. Some people are like, I don't know about that one. Like I just opened up Morocco. Morocco's a nice figure. It's a basic figure. It's nice, but I can see them not producing that many. I can see that.
Oh, they made like 750 to 1,000 of that guy. Like they barely, because he was one of the first. He was like the first one to waitlist. Like he waitlisted super fast, but he doesn't have pleather. No pleather. Nothing. Yeah. He's all sculpted. I was like, we couldn't do that for Han Solo.
Yeah,
some sculpted boots, baby. Like I would take those a million times.
Let me fill up the Victoria real quick here, guys. Go right back to you here a second, brother. She says, is it possible that the Dark Jedi himself, Aries Tarrington, is hosting yet another exceptional show on this Sunday evening? And she says, yes. Great to see you, Victoria. It was wonderful having you on last week for sure. Let's see. What do we fill Victoria up here with? Well, I think everybody wants an artisan of this guy along with some wool hair on this animal. Let's go.
See you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
It's taking too long for that freaking figure to come out with a tauntaun. Anyway, good to see you, Victoria. For sure. But go ahead, second brother. Finish up, my man.
Yeah. It's just, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to, to gauge these things. But I know they're not producing like they did 5 years ago. They're not overproducing figures like that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much a crapshoot at that point where, you think you have time on a figure, then you don't. Like that one for that Vader, I knew that probably was sit because you had multiple versions of that. Anytime you have multiple versions of a figure, they have 4 different SKUs on it. Is a chance that one of them is going to sit. So now a lot of people are looking at complement pieces. So like I said before, like the clones, that's a shoe in. Clones are not going. They're going to sit and not sit at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But as we started talking about this Ahsoka line, I think what soured it a little bit is the issues they had with baling with them ankles, and then maybe a little gunshot. and Chopper, because Chopper should have had some die-cast pieces.
Yes,
it should have been, and it's a waste opportunity. Just like BT.
Yeah,
BT don't have no light up features, so
very lightweight, plasticky.
Right, and that's kind of like make people like.
I think honestly, I think those some good points, bro. Absolutely great points. But I also think it's because, and we talked about it a year ago when we started to really look at our pre-order list and we started seeing all the stuff that they're producing. And if you look at the going trend, what's up, Gio? If you look at the going trend, it's not about big collections as it used to be.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a couple figures here. It's a couple figures. I mean, look at look at the stuff. It used to be like 5 years ago. It used to be Marvel, Star Wars, more Marvel, more Star Wars, a little bit of DC, but more Marvel and Star Wars. Now they're taking on other properties, other licenses. We just got The Last of Us. We got Joel from The Last of Us.
Right.
Superman, more DC stuff. Shit. I mean, it came out this week, 007. Like, they're taking on more licenses. And I think they're kind of going back to where they were, back in the early 2000s, where they were doing like more licenses. It wasn't just so heavily on Marvel and DC, and they was doing all those different licenses because they didn't have Marvel and DC and Star Wars like that at the time, so they had to look for other stuff. But I think they exhausted those licenses in a way. Star Wars is always going to sell. Don't get me wrong. Marvel is always going to sell, depending on what figure it is. If it's Iron Man or if it's something from the early MCU, it's going to sell. That's just the way it goes. Up from that whole Infinity War line. But I really think it's just so much coming out now to even like me. I'm collecting the Ahsoka line. And it's just like I had to really pace myself because those figures just started coming out back to back. And that was a line that's been done. Like I was hearing whispers that line has been done like 6 months prior. And I remember when those figures started dropping, they started coming quick. Like you had Thrawn, and then you had you had Thrawn, and then you had Sabine, and all of them was just dropping. So it's just like trying to catch up and get them. And they want to get these lines out quick, but I really think it's not the fact that people don't like the figures. It's not the fact that the show people are kind of half and half on the show. I think people want these figures. I just think people are pacing themselves right now because
bring that to your point is that you come out with these Ahsoka figures, like you said, and all of us are excited. Then all of a sudden they come out with a damn Terminator 2.0 that looks fucking amazing, and then you got to make a choice.
There you go.
It pulls you back.
And Predators and everything else. Listen, I'm living proof of that, man. And I love the Ahsoka, but I'm wondering how many people did what I did. Like I got the Thrawn because that's Thrawn, and I love Thrawn, and I've loved Thrawn for 35 whatever years, right?
Right.
And then what I said with the Ahsoka line is I said, you know what, this is going to be my Rebels line. And I didn't get Shin. I didn't get Rey, Gentleman We Lost. I didn't get that figure because I said I'm cutting the Ahsoka line down to historical characters, basically. Like and because I had to make that choice because I can't buy everything, right? And then, like you said, you got these legacy characters coming out, like Predator and an Alien, which can substitute for other things, other Alien versions. So there's just so much. We're inundated with so much, but. I think where they dropped the ball on this one is if Howard gave us an Ezra and a Kanan, I don't think Sabine would still be in stock. I don't think Harold would still be in stock because they would have said, all right, now I got my Rebels line. I think they dropped the ball on that one.
And that's the thing that Hot Toys, that's what make people gun shy because they did that with the Guardians. They get ready to do that with the Resistance with Wolverine and Deadpool. Then they turn around and do it with this Ahsoka line. So now I can turn around and tell you, I was excited when I saw the Guardians and they would have released, I would have all in and would have bought them. But when I saw the bitten piece and then that pulled back, they did this with the Inquisitors, with Kenobi. They did that.
Yeah,
Like
or-
when
yeah,
you start doing this
or
when you start
sister
doing this
fifth brother.
incomplete line, now people are going to sit on the fence and wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, before I commit to this, let's see if they're going to bring out thus, and so. And then that brings us to where we're at right now. Is that you got some figures that's still sitting there because people are probably waiting for the line to be completed and then they go make the investment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You look at the No Way Home. You look at the No Way Home line. We knew what was coming. They announced a lot of, and of course, it was $1 billion movie in the Spider-Man, so of course they was going to do that line. But they gave us those figures. Those figures went up for pre-order, and that line, I'm sure there's a few figures still sitting, but for the most part, that line sold out.
The villains all went bye-bye pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
They did it. I mean, for a line that had like that one, like 10 or 11 figures, that you got like 3/4 of them completely sold out. That's pretty good for a line of that many.
Mm-hmm.
In the actual time, not like one sold a year later or something. A lot of them all pre-order sold out, or within a shorter, within maybe a month or two after being out, but only like the original integrated suit or something like that stayed around for a while. Or that movie battle damage one or something like that they can't get rid of. But the Ahsoka line, like me, I ended up buying 7 figures from it. I got one still coming, but I got random stuff because like I got Thrawn because it was Thrawn. I got the Death Trooper zombie because like that was one of the figures I was waiting for. As soon as I saw the zombie head sculpt, I was like, oh yeah, I got to get that. Like that's that, and it's already my favorite trooper. And then I saw the zombie head sculpt. That's what I.
Well, you got the DX-47. That's could be an Ahsoka one.
Yeah, that's true. That technically kind of falls under that as well. I got like the Mandalorian Super Commando Captain, which most people want to go, why did you buy that one of all of them? I'm like, well, because I wanted to stick it as one of my favorite Mandalorian looks. So it's actually in my Mandalorian show. I got which one is that, brother? Second brother. With that.
Oh, that's the range trooper.
Oh yeah, I got him, and then of course they had to reuse all the parts within like a couple months.
See, Lane, I got that Mando because it goes to my Clone Wars shelf. You know, what I mean?
So you get sticking with that. For some of the ones that are multifunctional, I got Mara. I got Merrick. I would really, of any character you would have told me, I probably would have passed was Mara because Mr. Fart Cloud would not have been at the top of my list for stuff to buy.
But he looks great with the Grand Inquisitor.
But I have him. Because I recently sold my Vader from the Kenobi series because I'm going to get Revenge of the Sith and going to put that one in the Kenobi case eventually. But I had Grand Inquisitor. I had Reva Third Sister. And I'm like, I just need one more dang Inquisitor because when they showed Fourth Brother, Fifth Brother, and Fourth Sister, I was going to get one of them. I just wanted 3 Inquisitors and Vader, like have those grouped together around Kenobi, like surrounding Kenobi. That's all I wanted. I didn't need all of them. I just wanted 3. But Marek is now in my case with the other 2 Inquisitors because he is an Inquisitor. So he's a little dirtier looking than the other ones. But I have him in there now, and he looks great. Like he naturally just kind of fits in with that. Great. Nice. So I'm glad I got him. So like my purchasing of that line was kind of all over the place. Like I still am getting Hera. She's going to be literally the only good guy I have from the entire line. That's awesome. I bought Balin because I actually love Balin. Except, I do admit the Mr. Pegleg that he is under, like seeing the shin guards and stuff. That was not the thing that made me going, ooh, wow. How do you go from some chunky leg to Mr. Chicken?
No, it was funny. It was funny to me because Ray played Blackbeard in Black Sails.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like this is the Blackbeard version right here.
Yeah.
Can I show you guys something? Since we're talking about Rebels and stuff, check out that sculpt I got for the Grand Inquisitor.
Ooh.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
it's nice. Know about that.
That looks amazing.
It's incredible, man. It's so good.
Wow. That is literally if you took the animated and like made it had an
That's
actor
what he was trying
actually wearing the makeup. And stuff.
Yeah, my camera's not focusing right, but yeah, man. There's an open mouth version of this as well that I have. like a snarling version. I don't remember the artist name off the top of my head, but I'll send it to you guys. It just takes the figure to the next level, and it really gives you that animated look, but with still kind of that realism. It's like when Hot Toys translates to a realistic figure.
Yeah, his armor being it's in the realistic armor style.
Yeah,
and everything
well,
really sold that.
I'll send you guys.
Speaking of great, Jay. So you see that this just hit Waitlist, right?
Yes, sir.
The Spider-Man sculpted just did. We know what happens with these 2.0s and these crazy ones. We knew what was going to happen with this Vader. We knew we were getting the Revenge of the Sith one. This is gone. I think this is going to be a Grail. Just being honest with you, I saw you came back with Grails. I think this one's going to be. We know what happened with this. Another example of a 2.0 now going through the roof. This Darth Maul is sickening. Try to just get the one without the speeder bike. It's going to cost you $500 right now to get it. And you know what? They just don't make
wish
that
mine would
many
come
of
to
them.
my LCS.
But yeah, right. Well, let me tell you all one I'm putting as the Dark Jedi. The 13th Skull is putting a warning on this one. If you didn't pre-order it, it's going to go hard and going to go along the same lines as these 2.0s, and people are going to be crying, Jay, with this T800 battle damaged one anyway.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, this is
telling you.
And Charlie, you can make fun of me all you want. You damn right. This is a Tim saying, come on, this is my jam. And I got one right over here, but I need another.
This is going to come like a thief in the night. It's you're going to be there. Mike's going to be checking. He checks these like every day. You guys check it. It's fine. It's on pre-order. You're going to wake up in the morning. You're going to be like, when did this have? It's going to be gone.
It's going.
That's what's going to happen with this one.
Get it? It's going to be gone. This is the one, right? This is a good one right here. Like this one in the T800. Do yourself a favor and pre-order this right now. Seriously, this is one you guys. If you're on the fence about this one, you do not want to miss this. This is one you do not want to miss. This is, man, because I remember when DX13 was going for 600, 700. I think it's still on the high. No, those prices are going to drop. We know they're going to drop when this one comes out, but you definitely want this.
Those are good, but this is like, I can't even. This is so next level, dude. Look at that.
Yeah. Completely next level, guys. I gotta run. I got a big day tomorrow at work, but thank you, Aries. Once again, thank you so much for having me, brother. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry to cut out, but I gotta jet.
Run out. You told me you got to get out of here. I'm glad that you were able to stick around this long. We're on the tailspin here, but thank you because appreciate it there, brother Cousins. Make sure you all subscribe to him. Check out Best of the Best and all of his other videos. My friend, good friend. Great friend, brother Cousins.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being
Looking
on.
forward to seeing you at 7 a.m. tomorrow after they put up their 3 new pre-orders and one exclusive that's going to be.
Yeah, what's the Artisan?
I'll be on my way to work, so I may do something at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, you don't miss, man. Jay's always got the videos on.
I try. I miss some of them.
Bill Organa tonight.
Hey, all I know is Jay really appreciates it when he's probably trying to go to bed. And I'm sending him messages, hey, bro, guess what popped up?
Yep.
And I'm just like, see you at 7 a.m. And I can hear him I can hear him going like, he's being really annoying. But yeah, I better set my alarm. Like he knows he's going to be up to be able to do it.
Yep, that's exactly.
Hey, you have a great start to the week though, Jay, on Monday.
Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Cantina Mike, I gotta get you on the show, man. I gotta get you on Best of the Best. Lane, I need you on Best of the Best too.
I'd love that.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Let's make it happen. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
All right, gentlemen. I'll talk to you guys later.
Peace. Bye. All right, so Mike, let's go to you. Because you told me earlier how you check these out and scour them. I do too. From all the trends that I've been seeing, Hot Toys too, of course it's not a shoo-in. But with these 2.0s and a figure like this, they're just not going to make that many of them. It's already out in the market. They're making a certain amount for people that want the upgrade. And this looks so good. This is just going to go, baby.
It's going to go. You know what? I think the only reason it's still here is because it's got competition with itself because the clean announcement.
Right.
If people didn't know about that clean or they didn't think it was coming out or something, then I think this would have been waitlisted already. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But because some people had to make that choice. Not everybody's getting 2. I'm not getting 2. I'm getting this one. And I know some people canceled the pre-order on this one to get the clean. So, pick your poison. But now this one too. Yeah, man.
I mean, this is the old one's good. This one's better.
This one's better, definitely. And I think the magnetization, if that's even a word, but I think that the way those are going to stick is going to be better. I think they made some necessary improvements. You get a bunch of looks with this one too, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
It makes you wonder. People, you have to wonder if people are going to get 2 of these, right, for the looks. But yeah, I think we're just so lucky. I mean, especially not that younger people can't like these films, but like if you're of a certain age and we're around when this dropped, like, oh my God, like 80s and 90s has been a lot of fun this last year with announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much going on. It's kind of funny. Charlie Unicorn says, I'll be frank, I forgot I ordered both the clean and the battle damage.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff coming out. It's hard to keep track of. Eamon, I think this one as well. I'm noticing with these 2.0s, they not really go out when they put out the final production photos. A lot of these, like that Vader, they just go like a couple of months before or right before they come out. It's crazy. And that's just a shame because these are they're superior than the originals, which I still think they're good, but these are just better.
And they're scaled slightly differently too. Sorry to interrupt you, second brother, but sometimes they're Hot Toys going a little bit bigger now. We saw that even with the Cody. It's a slightly different scale on him. So even when they're like a straight up re-release like that kind of was, the body's still a little different. So
yeah, they know they had to do that because they would end up souring a whole lot of people when they went through the rash of Iron Man that they did. And it wasn't even 4 months in between before they released another one. It was like, damn, I just finished the payment plan on this one. Then y'all do this? This is bananas. But for the Terminator line, I actually purchased the DX. I can't remember which number that is for that
12
for Terminator, because I actually bought it because I was going to meet Schwarzenegger. And I just went. I found one in decent shape, and went and got it, and had him sign the box for me. But when I saw the new one that came out, I said, "Okay, I see the improvements." Like, okay, I can turn and make it. I have another one, it's no problem. So I'm trying to order, the clean and dirty one because, some of those films you can't do. They can't do it again if they try it. They can't.
I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean there with that. Oh man. Well, and here's the thing, guys. So let's go real quick for the last few minute stretch here. If you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you just may want to consider doing so. It has all kinds of cool things, including what the latest video is going to be at 6 Scale Cantina, which this is the one that you're watching right now. And of course, the beginning of this live episode of Ancient Action Figures, we talked about however you say his name, the Corenswet Superman.
Hey, look, whatever I call it, corn sweat, corn nuts,
corn nuts.
Corn nuts Superman. I mean, look at that hair. It has Artisan written all over it. Battle.
It really does. Yeah.
You got Vader right there, Waitlist. You got Spider-Man on the Waitlist. I am believing both of those, buckle up, could be coming out this week. Certainly, maybe before the end of the month, being released. T2, Battle Damage, a lot of these 2.0s. Keep very, very close eye on for sure. And if you like what you're watching here, hey, if you want to join the membership, we got a lot of cool stuff. Of course, I got my comeback tour a few weeks ago. You got the health update, and why I'm selling some older figures. So you don't want to miss that exclusive content here to your right. I also got this brand new one from today. Inart versus Hot Toys. Watch before you pre-order. We talk about a lot of the stuff we talked about here, and I go into some other in-depth things. Brand new today. So if you want to join the channel, click on the little join button. The Dark Jedi appreciates your support. And you could also do it by supporting 6-Scale Cantina. You could click right on this little menu item right here. You could see, even with all this inflation, it's still just $3.99 a month, baby. That's all it is. And we appreciate your support. But let's take a look at the real-time Crystal Ball power rankings. So here's a cool thing. Kind of redid this here. This ranking, this poll that I use, it'll update every day by itself. You can influence what the rankings are. You know, you can see right here, it says, what's your prediction? You can choose up to 5 predictions, and you can vote once a day. So go ahead and vote right now. Go to 6scalecantina.com. Go to the real-time Crystal Ball power rankings. Choose 5 or choose 1, 2, or 3, 4, whatever. Which ones do you think are going to come out? You can go ahead and click on whatever ones you want to click on here. You see I just clicked on Obi-Wan if I wanted to. Do you think Ultraman's coming? Master or unmasked version? You could click that. Perhaps you think Artisan Gamora is coming out next. You could click on her. Or maybe you think that Artisan Captain Marvel is coming. You could click on her if you want to go ahead and do that. Maybe you think it's the right time with all the hype on Superman. And, of course, Inart coming out with the Superman. The Hot Toys, they've been 2.0ing everything. Why not their own Christopher Reeve Superman? You could click on that. You know, Jack Nicholson Joker's on here. I understand there's some words out there. So, especially in the statue community. No, well, you know, Jack Nicholson's holding his rights. The 13th skull begs to differ. I say Hot Toys still has the rights. I think this is going to come out this year. Who's going to be right? We'll find out. You get to vote. You can click on him if you think they're going to come out with this. If you want to here. Maybe you think it's an Artisan, Anne Hathaway. Even though they just came out with one. Would they do that? So you can have some fun on here. You may even think Pepper Potts is coming. You could click on her. Or maybe you think when they come out with the Black Widow, they'll do the Infinity War version. And maybe you're spending $1,500 on the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. And maybe after you do, Hot Toys says, here's an Artisan. Which is probably what's going to happen when you buy her. For $1,500,
yeah.
You heard it right here.
Let's. I think we just should start calling Aries the harbinger of doom.
Harbinger of wallet doom.
Yeah,
you heard it right here.
Like, you've done it, and then boom, shakalaka. Hey, guess what? Here's, golden armor, 84 Wonder Woman Artisan or something.
I'm telling you guys right now.
Combo pack with Cheetah.
I love this figure. I have this figure. It's the Warner Brothers 100 version, so it has special base, all that cool stuff. The Hot Toys is coming out with this so fast that the Gal Gadot, they're just going to do it. Oh my god! And I don't know what that's going to do to the market price on this one. Again, it's $1,500.
Aries, it could be another face-off between them and Inart too, because they might announce
they're going to come out with one
at the same time.
They've been taking their time with that one.
They have.
They?
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if they have some intel that Hot Toys is going to be putting them out. They probably have intel on each other.
Right. We'll wait for Hot Toys to announce it, and then 24 hours later, we'll get the Inart announcement. So.
But Hot Toys has how many Wonder Woman, Mike? So the thing with Hot Toys is they came out with how many before? They come out with 1984. They could come out with this one, a Comic-Con version, that version. They come out with 6 versions of Gal Gadot if they want.
They could.
I just can't believe this thing is that this is reminding me. Wonder Woman Gal Gadot for WB 100. Of all the 100 figures that came out for like Disney or them, you had that badass Mark 7 that was really amazing looking. You got this for her, and Belle Batman, who has been like one of the most produced characters from Hot Toys. They put him in that silly blue outfit. And didn't have. Well, no, that's the thing. I bought it too from Hong Kong.
Oh my God.
And then I sold it for less than I paid for it. Unfortunately.
Well, listen, when it comes to Christian Bale, we talked about this last week.
You just went past who I want to see. Finally, let's get a figure of.
Oh, Captain Marvel? No,
definitely not Captain Marvel. Ra's al Ghul, Liam Neeson, like that.
Definitely not Captain.
I know everybody's like, we're getting the Scarecrow, and I'm like, dude, I want.
Dude, this is the they've given us how many freaking Jokers? I feel like there's 10,000.
And they've given us 2 Banes. They've given us 2 Catwomans. They've given
we got 2 Scarecrow again, right?
Yeah,
Scarecrow's out.
2 Scarecrows. We've gotten 2 Faces.
Not one Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
And he's the most distinguished of them all.
Yeah, and he's the main bad guy of the first movie. Like, spoilers. But you know,
I've seen that movie by now.
Yeah, after 20 years. But
I don't think your collection ancient action figures. If you haven't seen
I never saw
Ra's al Ghul. Like Ra's al Ghul just feels like. I mean, am I ever going to be broken up if we don't get him one? No. But like of the Dark Knight things, he would be the figure because Catwoman, Joker, and him are like the 3 main ones that I want.
Here's the thing. We're talking about collecting lines as a collector. It's so aggravating that you can't get Ra's al Ghul. They're blowing me away with Christopher Nolan.
Except him. Yeah, you got every other bad guy other than him.
We know it's not a Liam Neeson problem because we've gotten Qui-Gon before. So
and you know, Mike, that they're going to give us Qui-Gon Artisan.
I hope so.
So when they do the head sculpt, they might as well, you know.
You use the facial sculpt as the basis for just like they did with Poe Dameron.
The movies came out relatively similar times. Like 5 years apart or so. So it's not like he's young and he's very old. I mean, they could very easily use the same head sculpt.
Yeah, I just think like it would be really for all the things if you're just gonna do them as a limited release. I can understand where you don't want to do 5. I mean, he's from the oldest what has probably had the least releases from the original, Batman Begins. I understand maybe not hitting that one as much as Dark Knight or Dark Knight Returns. But just like give us, I mean, there's a lot of other ones here that would be really cool too. Get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like for a limited release one, they like to, like you guys point out, give us all these Iron Mans, or we're getting Clone Commandos or Clone Troopers or different Iron Mans or whatever. But they sometimes will do, a specific one-off or something like that, like for not limited, but even just like popping up for showcase, which they haven't done, like the RoboCop. For RoboCop 3. Like,
how about
the last
anybody
would have bought is RoboCop 3.
I was looking at the Crow Ares. I mean, that, if any figure screams Artisan to me,
the Crow.
He's so good as an Artisan figure.
And him having messy hair or something, like if it is a little messy when you got him out, it's like his hair is a mess.
Yeah, they could
take it. They would say it's not messy enough.
Yeah. Hey, we're collectors. We can mess it up, I'm sure, by accident. But
just trying to stick it on the body.
Everything they learned from the Joker, they can apply to this and improve upon. And man,
give us leather. We can get.
Well, and I think Eamon, this would be a worthy 2.0. I'd be happy.
Oh yeah.
This one.
The question moving forward is: are we going to stick with the technology where you lift the whole hair piece off, like we've seen with the new Luke, or are we going to do the moving eyes from underneath the head sculpt? I'm curious to see where they go with that.
I like what Inart's doing with the Thorin Oakenshield, which I'm absolutely getting because I'm getting Legolas, and I think we're going to get that Oakenshield the first quarter of next year. And they have the magnetic eyeballs.
We need that. We do.
And that is just super cool. Yep. So the fact that Inart's doing it, Hot Toys is going to want to answer because they don't want one up on it. So I'd love for something like that.
Absolutely, because I have a lot of figures that I don't even want to pull on the body because of what they're wearing. I don't want to apply that much pressure just to remove the head, Right. So I like the removable hair piece for the sculpted hair stuff. But man, if they switch to magnetic technology, that's what I'm looking for. Some more innovation. Like we saw the magnet holding up the Superman for this new figure coming up. I like that Hot Toys is doing some new stuff. Keep that going.
You know what's interesting though, guys? I'm putting this together too. As you guys are watching Episode 4 of Ancient Action Figures, and we're at the all-new power rankings. Again, I'm flashing up on a bunch of these. You could select up to 5. Go cast your vote right now. Do you think it's an Artisan Pepper Potts from Endgame? Do you think it's a Farm Boy Luke? You could do up to 5, and then you could come back tomorrow, and you could keep casting your vote, and it will automatically start putting these in the order. But you know what I'm noticing, guys? Is they seem to be doing the Marvel characters. They're doing Loki. They did Scarlet Witch. They're doing the Spider-Man. They did Winter Soldier. I can go on and on. I'm getting the feeling, Black Widow, you may be getting an Endgame Pepper Potts or, more Black Widow or Captain Marvel. They may be saying, hey, you know what? We're going to be putting these out. So I think we got to keep our eye. Certainly Iron Man, something there, or Tony Stark. Yeah, I think they may be artists in a lot of the Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah, RDJ Artisan has to, that's, you don't want to say it guarantee, but that's got to come.
They just make so many of them. It would not make sense for them not to take a chance at even, a few thousand of them?
They got nothing to lose. With these limited releases, they got nothing to lose.
No. So what about this one? Here's a few interesting ones I want to get to. Because, Lando is sold out. Lando has, like Han, bigger hair in Return of the Jedi, and I think works for Artisan and limited edition.
Hair for Artisan.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? And Sarah Connor. Let's do them both. Go ahead, Eamon.
He definitely has the perfect hair for Artisan, for sure.
Doesn't he?
If they don't do it for Return of the Jedi, I can damn sure could do it for Empire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they could do it for both. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, Eamon. I think that we will be getting a Lando. They could do that. And I think they'll do it with an Artisan version. The other one's waitlisted. And I think collectors I would go bonkers over that. I think it'd be limited. A couple, 3,000, something like that, maybe.
They probably do 1,000 of him if they did it. Just because.
And then maybe 1,000 sculpted, or yeah.
Now, do you think it would hurt this figure that the Han just came out without Artisan? So people are like having an Artisan Lando without an Artisan Han, or complementary Jedi figures.
Yeah, Artisan Han's going to come though, Mike. I think.
I hope so. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that's yeah. But I don't think it'll be the Endor one though. They may do a different.
It'll be Bespin /
the Bespin or a new or something.
Yeah, I would love a Bespin. Yeah.
Well, if they're going to finally do Bespin Han, do that. Like if you made us wait, do something like that as a Artisan figure. But also that one needs to have a sculpted version, because there are going to be people who do not want to get you shut out for 2,500.
See, that would be me. I would get the sculpted because I've got the Luke. I've got, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about having one from a line Artisan and the rest not Artisan. I don't know if that's just a me thing. I don't know how many people feel that way, from the same film, from the same scene. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yes, Lane, about that 8 minutes, we're going to be wrapping up here. Let's talk real quick. Let's wrap it up with Linda Hamilton. There's a lot of T2 figures coming out. Is there room for collectors to do 1,500 of her? Artisan. Go, Lane.
I mean, it could be. I wouldn't get her. I'm about to kill the robots. From honestly,
she was pretty kick butt.
I know, but if I'm buying Terminator, I mean, this is like the magic time.
It's iconic. This look for her is iconic, dude.
Yeah, no, I get you. I can see where you could probably sell 1,500 of it. I would have zero interest because I'm not getting any of the T2 stuff, because it's one of those things I just don't want to stick my foot into it. Because hey, if you're a Terminator fan like this, the last 2 years, whether if you like figures, whether you like statues, like this is the time, man, where you can get your T800 fix, your I mean, there's literally a $5,000 bust you can get that's got a leather jacket and a shotgun and actual glasses that you can stick on Arnie's face, that are out there that you can buy. So I think I would be shocked. I do think if they were going to announce her, we would have gotten her by now. But like you said, in these special windows where they have create release, it's kind of a special release like time frame. They put out all kinds of one-off stuff or anything. Like, remember when we got Grievous last year, and he just kind of popped up, and we're like, oh my God, they actually are doing him. They actually did him. They did a prototype and put it out there so we can pre-order it. They will just put out sometimes some stuff that, oh, hey, they last put out a figure for that movie 5 years ago. And sometimes we might say the timing feels off for it coming out, but they are really good at doing that sometimes. But Linda Hamilton would be great to go with, especially if you're getting the T1000, or if you were getting the it could be a cool bonus, how they've been doing kind of recently that within the first 30-day window they've had the range trooper the range trooper had that boots that you could get. Yep. If they put out an Artisan or even a sculpted version, 2.0 sculpted one of her, if they did a sculpted version, the perfect thing to maybe help get people to maybe make the financial commitment, because they may have already, like I said, committed to 2 or 3 figures already, and they may not want to be spending more money on something like that. In limited time window to maximize her, what if they had a switch out that was I don't know, a head sculpt or some kind of thing, which was her, the T1000's messed up head sculpt, after it got shot or something, it got headshot, where you could switch that out onto her body. Or maybe there's some switch out with the T1000 or something.
I know what you mean.
That could be an incentive to help her work within some of the other figures. Doing something like that could be an encouragement for, which may not be everybody's top thing to go get. Hey, Doku there in the corner, he would be a fantastic.
So as we wrap up here, I'm going to do what we did last week and keep it as a regular thing. Make that call, and we're going to make it difficult. Yeah. Because I'm going to go with Mike first, and here's where I'm going to make it difficult. It's going to be make that call, and here's the date I'm going to give you. We've gotten Sace Tin, we've gotten Plo Koon, we have gotten Kit Fisto. They seem to be on a roll with the whole Jedi Council. So make that call. Do we get Ki-Adi-Mundi first, or a Count Dooku from Revenge of the Sith for this 20th anniversary? So not exactly a 2.0, but a 2.0. Make that call, Mike. Which one we get first?
I say Ki-Adi-Mundi, and that's also a selfish thing, because I'll tell you what, that Count Dooku doesn't have rolling eyes. Fine. I don't think that figure needs a 2.0, man. It is so good. I mean, look at the hands on that figure next time you're looking at it. I think Hot Toys has actually downgraded their hands compared to what we saw in that figure all those years ago. It holds up, and that sculpt holds up so well. I really think the only thing they can do to it, because they're not going to do Artisan, would be rolling eyes, because it's perfect, baby. But the Ki-Adi-Mundi, I think we need to round out that council that they're building for us. Right. So I want that Ki-Adi-Mundi. I say that's what they're going to do.
Those are good calls. That's a good call. And it's hard, right? Because if you really think about it, they're probably going to do both eventually. Is it the question of which one first?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to go to Second Brother to make that call. Okay, this is I'm going to make this a hard one because I brought up a good argument earlier. Okay. Do we get another Wonder Woman from Hot Toys first? Artisan, another, here, or do we get an Artisan Leia first? Which one of these, Gal Gadot or Carrie Fisher, Do we get from Hot Toys first? Go, Evan.
That's easy. That's not hard. They're gonna do it Wonder Woman. They're gonna do a Gal Gadot. They already did it before. That's an easy one.
So you're
They're gonna do it so fast. I know you're right.
They're
Because
gonna
they
print
have
that
it.
thing out. Look, that thing is gonna be printed out. It's gonna be advertised, printed out, and to your door within a month.
because we get the feeling Hot Toys looks at eBay prices, right? We know that they look at that secondary market.
They
And say,
probably
"Give me
watch
some of
the
that."
show.
They watch this probably definitely.
Aries, they damn sure watch the show because 3 figures I called them that could be a press. I said it on your show and they did it.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Yeah. They know what we want. That's a good call. You know the kind of roll that they're on. I can see them doing both to the same day, and everyone's like, "What the heck? What do I do with my wallet?"
Right. Cat fight.
All right. So let's go to Lane. Let's give him a very, very tough one here. Lane, this I don't know. Let's see here. Because I don't want to give him one where he's going to say neither.
Because I will say neither.
I know exactly which figures that would be.
Yes. What should it be for Mr. Lane? Well, we can't give him Iron Man.
If you're going to choose Darkseid Ray, I'm going to anything involved Darkseid Ray. I'm going to say no.
Darkseid Ray, and there you go, Kylo.
Darkseid Ray or Kylo. Actually,
that would be a double dose of no times 20 to the infinite decimal point.
All right, Lane. Here you go.
Okay.
We're going to do this here because this is going to be very difficult because they're on a roll with these figures too. They're coming out with a lot of Infinity War, Endgame, Avengers figures, and they're definitely doing a ton of the prequels. Do they give us the 2.0 Obi-Wan Kenobi or Thor?
Thor.
First. Thor.
They already did an Artisan Kenobi this year.
Oh, it doesn't have to be Artisan. I just put 2.0
No, it'll be Thor. Like Infinity War or First Avengers movie or something like that. I think there's a much better chance.
Yeah.
If we had not had the Attack of the Clones come out, I would say 2.0 Obi-Wan, but we had that figure just come out for pre-order. So I don't think there's a 2.0 Revenge of I would like to see something else Revenge of the Sith, but I'm thinking that during showcase we'll probably see like at least one figure from that yet announced to go with some of the other ones.
Eamon said that Hot Toys, Howard, he watches this. So Lane, he just heard everything you said was doing this.
it's going to turn out just like
Might as well jump on the Get Broke Express and I'll see you guys all in Cardboard Boxville.
We're already on it.
Yeah.
Well, again, everybody, you could take part in this. This is 6scalecantina.com. This is the real-time Crystal Ball Power Rankings. And go ahead and cast your vote up to 5, and you could come back every day. Is it going to be Ultraman? You could pick Ultraman. You could pick Ra's al Ghul, which, we were talking about here, which would be great. It could be that Wonder Woman. Or it can be Cartoon Artisan. Let's go.
Yes.
She's at the bottom of the list, but is it possible? You do have to wonder. Real quickly as we end here, still selling like nuts. Here's your latest 6-scale market power rankings. Updated, you can see here this weekend, July 11th. And it's a pretty interesting list. And your top 9 are all Artisan figures. Number 1 in the market right now, market push demand, this Darkseid Anakin. I got Darkseid. Darth Vader is number 1. The DX34 is number 2. The Joker, which is catching a lot of steam, is number 3. Gandalf sells for $1 million, it seems like. Number 4, we're just talking about the $1,600 people spend on her. They're going to drop this. The Batman holding up there next at number 6. The and we're going to talk about this in next week's show. The Artisan Scarlet Witch, of course, the Artisan Jack Sparrow, your beautiful new Artisan Dark Empire Luke, followed up by She-Hulk killing it at number 10. But you know what I'm noticing, guys? Mm-hmm. All the Hong Kong sellers. I'll end with this, and we'll talk about it next week, because it's going to take a whole show, or probably different parts of many shows to talk about. These figures right here, okay? This Wonder Woman in the U.S. is going to sell for a few hundred, if not $500 more than overseas now. If you want to get this Dark Side Anakin, U.S. sellers are selling this no problem on eBay for $1,300, $1,500. But yet in Hong Kong, they're having a problem for $1,000 or $1,100 because people don't want to spend that tax, Eamon. That's what's going on.
I have to head off. I will catch you next week.
Lane, later. Okay. But we're going to talk about this next week.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting. A lot of the U.S. sellers are it's starting to turn a little bit because of these tariffs, where you're getting a lot of money here with the U.S. sellers. Isn't that weird?
It is weird. And then there's also insecurity because it could change tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it can get even worse. Like, who knows? But yeah, it is interesting though, Aries.
For sure. Well, I think that's great, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up with a thanks to Lane, and thanks for Brother Cousins for jumping in. Mike Latoris, fantastic to have you in here again. And listen, Eamon, second brother, thanks for being on the show, baby.
Hey,
Let's do this more often.
No problem. Yeah, it's like since I got freed up with taking care of down here, it maybe you know what, I may be able to pull it off. Next Sunday we had to play it by ear because I'll be traveling. So nothing will stop me from throwing on a computer or a laptop and just popping in for a few moments. So just let me know. We'll play it by ear. Since you got my actual number, because I told you IG I don't do like that. IG I probably just look at it because I probably look at it for some eye candy to come across the screen, and that's pretty much it. And then
figures.
That's it.
Well, we'd love to have you on here next week if you can. We'll stay in touch. And Mike, really, really good, and everybody in the chat, really appreciate it. We end here, put this up, and 1,000 for Lightside US, and I meet to get it autographed. 12-inch Moose, we always find some great deals.
Yeah,
$875 ship. Well, that's pretty good for that figure. That's still $900 something. It's just ridiculous for it.
It is crazy.
That is freaking crazy. But thank you, 12-inch. Always great having you in here. Of course, the big dog pound. We didn't get to do this today. 1, 2. Woo! Always good to have the big dog pound in the house. And so many of you that are in here. Appreciate your support. Right when I'm ending. Coming in here with Manny Fresh. They call him the Wizard. Really appreciate that super chat there, baby. And let's go ahead and play it for you.
They call him the Wizard.
Gets me every time.
Yeah, for sure. And it's we got to play this for second brother, because I know he likes when I play this, because we got to fill up table 66. It's been a good show.
Good. You know what? And that's what's crazy, because that is who I'm opening up right now.
Wow.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, go ahead and show it. Hold on. We got a solo layout.
That's great.
Yeah, wow.
He looks great, doesn't he?
Oh, man.
Then it came out with the other one that I got to get, because I was sitting there screaming, if you go do the red robe, have him in the red robe. Damn it. I'm sorry. Like, you know what?
At least it's not the same sculpt. We get the alternate sculpt, so that's good, because I had the same issue. But hey, if we're showing things off, this is the snarling sculpt, and I want to tell you it's Center Point Studios.
Hold on, let me get you up here. Give me a second. There you go.
Point Studios.
Yeah, on Instagram, Center Point Studios. for anybody interested in this guy's work. Really, really good stuff. Sorry, my camera's not focusing, but I think you get the point.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
yeah. There you go.
Definitely got to get that. Did he drop off?
I don't know. Well, guys, it's been a great show tonight. 12-inch Moose Dream Aries. Did you get the DVSA DX47 AE yet? Well, 12-inch, I don't know because I'm not.
Well, I got to answer 12-inch Moose Dream because he's wondering if I got this.
Oh.
And the answer is yes.
Yes.
And besides the DX47, we also got the DX36.
Ooh, wow. Very
So
nice.
I haven't opened them up yet. They've been sitting here in boxes. So I haven't even opened up the freaking the Darth Maul 2.0. I got him somewhere. He's right behind me. Well, my room's a mess.
No,
I
tell me about it.
I got this.
He's great. And you got this. Is that this with the speeder, right?
No, without the speeder.
Okay.
Yep, I got that. So, yeah, I got to open up a ton of figures. I'm getting all the art. Well, I'm not getting the Joaquin Phoenix Joker because I don't like it, the character. I'm not going to get the Harley Quinn because I don't like the mouth open only. But I'm going to get most of the Artisans.
I can't
wait. You'll always see me have those.
That Luke, I'm so excited.
Oh,
for
I
that,
can't
Luke.
wait to get that.
Yeah, like we talked about. I had a nervous moment, but
I think of all the Artisans I have except the Moonlight. I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, and I'm just like, ah, shit. And I'm like, okay, all right, like you can't get them all, so
no.
Well, guys, good show today.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you all. You all remember, I don't always take the last sip of off-world Jawa egg juice, but when I do, I do it right here at the 6 scale cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends. See you next Sunday.
all right.
Matter.